Okay, so here it is, Fender Rhodes Mark 1 stage piano. It's the 73 key one, so it's a really quite an old one. It's in really good playing order. It all works absolutely fine. I'll have a little run of the notes. I haven't set the bars or done anything to it at all. It's been sat in the box in the spare room for about the last 10 years. You see it's all running absolutely fine. I'm sure it needs some adjusting and some tuning and so on, but it all works. You hear some of the higher notes a little bit out of tune, but again, they can be tuned, they just need adjusting. In terms of the cosmetic thing, the box has got a few tears and rips on it. It has been used a lot in the past, but the interior is really pretty good. There's a tiny bit of crazing on the front of the keys here, which is purely cosmetic. There's no danger of them coming apart, but it is its age. It's well over 30 years old. And the only other thing I want to mention is, if I look inside the box, again, it's all in good playing order. It has got some corrosion on the main metal bar here, which again doesn't affect the playing at all, but this needs cleaning up. It must have been stored somewhere damp at some point, certainly not in recent years, but I think going back now 20 odd years. And also there's a little bit of bloom of corrosion on some of these bars up here, but again, none of it affects the way it plays at all. It plays absolutely fine. All the chrome work and everything's good on it. When you put the sort of lid on it, the corners and things on it have got a little bit of rust on them, but just a bit of service rust on some of the catches and things, on some of these metal parts, which I'm sure could be redone, but again, it is its age. Right, so I'm just going to play it, just to give you a rough idea. I mean, these things basically do two things really well. Sort of very sort of mellow, sort of almost bell-like stuff, and all that sort of business, and sort of little. Lovely, you really lay into the notes. You get that nice jazzy note. Now I've just got it going through a very little amp with no effects on it or anything. It's a little practice amp, but you can do all sorts of stuff with chorus pedals. So the sort of thing they're quite nice for is. Nice to get a nice sound of that. If you really, you get a lovely distorted sound. Sometimes it's actually distortion you get off the pickups themselves, or sometimes it's distortion off the amp. So for instance, if I switch up the amp, driving this, you get almost like an electric guitar. Great fun with all that sort of stuff. You can also adjust the bars so the pickups are closer. I have to say I've never done it, but if you do that, you get that sort of distorted sound a lot easier, which is quite, as with guitar and all these sort of distortion things are what makes it sound good. So kind of that's a little look around it. It plays really well. A little bit of, there is a bit of wear and tear over the years. It hasn't been in any way restored. When they're fully restored, I keep seeing them on eBay being imported in from America for about £1,200, £1,300, and of course that's also fully restored. But I'm looking for a much more modest offer than that. So thank you very much.